principal here at Davis County High School. Thank you guys for coming, and hopefully you've had an opportunity to walk the halls and maybe see your students' teachers, because we have conferencing going on. If you're just getting here, until for another hour, teachers are in their rooms and they're ready to conference with you as you get out and about in the hallways. So we have, I just want to introduce Bruce Farley and Kim Newcomb and Paul Howard, the three assistant principals. You'll hear more about the counselors in just a little bit, but I want to introduce the administrative staff. As you walk the halls tonight, you probably noticed, maybe you didn't notice, the auditorium's closed. We've got a big show happening tomorrow night, Friday night, and a couple of times on Saturday, Secret Garden. So Secret Garden has their last dress rehearsal going on. So the auditorium's closed. Hopefully it's all closed up so nobody can go in there and bother them. But if you have any teachers you need to see in the performing arts hallway, whatever that might be, I think there's a table located closer towards the front of the lobby if you need to go that way. So feel welcome tonight. Hopefully you've been able to walk the halls and see some teachers, and then we'll get going now with some scheduling information for you guys, and we'll have probably about 30 minutes of the meeting, and then you'll have an opportunity to ask questions. So thank you all for being here tonight. I know we had to reschedule it, but I appreciate you guys coming, and I hope you guys feel welcome here at Davis County High School. Here's Miss Natalie Payne, our head girls basketball coach, who tomorrow night at 6 p.m. will be competing for a district championship.
Winning! Yeah!
So I'm Natalie Payne, one of the counselors here at Davis County High School. Really glad that you all can make it tonight. We're excited about the upcoming scheduling season, and we're here to help in any way that we can. We will work with your child or your student with any personal needs that they may have, as well as the scheduling process. I know it can get overwhelming. There are a lot of options available to you, and so we want to make it as simple and smooth as possible as we go through that process. I want to introduce a few members of our guidance team. As you're going to follow the slides here that you see, Kelly Powers, she could not be here tonight, but she works with students last name A through D. And myself, Natalie Payne, I have last names E through J. James Bryant, behind me, he has last names K through Q. And then Neil Hayden, he was here earlier, but he is not here right now. He has last names R through Z. So those are the contacts that you would make to help your student with scheduling and any personal needs that they may have. Megan Nicodemus is our youth service coordinator. She's terrific. She will be helping in any way that she can to meet your child's needs as well. And then we have Matt Brandon. He's our CCR coach, standing behind me, and he will talk with you in a few moments about our Power U programs. A few scheduling supplies that you need to keep in mind in order to make some informed decisions about the scheduling process. We have a diploma requirement sheet, and I think you all have a copy of that in your packet. It shows the layout of the three different diploma types that we offer, and I'm going to speak in more detail about those on the slides to come. But we offer a career diploma, a college prep diploma, and an honors diploma. So within those three, your student has a choice, depending on their goals and what they want to do when they graduate, but they all require 26 credits to graduate. But using that diploma requirement checklist will help with the scheduling process to know which 4 classes they need to graduate. They need 1 credit of a performing art, and that's shown on there, and they also have to have Fit for Life Health and PE. So that kind of gives you the breakdown of the 3 different diploma types, and that will help with the scheduling process as we move forward. We also have our scheduling handbook on the Davis County webpage. When you get on the webpage and you see a menu tab, you'll click on menu, and that will take you, as you scroll down, to where it says scheduling information. And when you get there, you're going to find all of our scheduling videos by grade level. You're also going to see our scheduling handbook that includes every class that we offer here at Davis County High School, every elective, and so that you can see the course descriptions of each of those as well. So I touched on the 3 different diploma types. I'm going to go into a little more detail on those. For a student who wishes to pursue the honors diploma, they must take 5 AP classes or advanced placement classes where they can earn college credit, and they also must take 3 years of the same foreign language. So if your student is interested in Spanish, they would have to take Spanish 1, Spanish 2, and Spanish 3 in order to get the honors diploma. We also offer French and Latin, so they have a choice there. But those are the requirements for a student who wishes to pursue the honors diploma. We also offer the college prep diploma. These are for students who feel like they want to attend a 4-year college. They want to go that route. This student must take Algebra 2. They must also take 2 years of the same foreign language. For the student who's not sure, they might want to go straight to the workforce, get a couple years of training, they might consider the career diploma. For the career diploma, you do not have to take Algebra 2, and you do not have to take the 2 years of foreign language. The science requirement, let me go back just a tad on the science. For the college prep diploma, your student would have to take either chemistry or physics as their science. But for the career diploma, they do not. They can take integrated science too. So that's the difference there with the science. James, you're up.
Hello everyone, my name is James Bryant. This is my first year at Davis County High School as a guidance counselor. Really enjoying it so far. I serve all students' last names K through Q. I'm also the junior events counselor here at Davis County High School. So if we have any current sophomores, which would be our rising juniors, who are interested in Governor Scholar Program, GSE, GSA, Murray State Commonwealth Honors Academy, Washington Youth Tour, they take a trip and they go Washington, D.C. over summer. If you all are interested in that, then I'd love to be able to help and ask any, or you can ask me any questions and learn more about that. I'm going to really briefly go over by year, sophomore, junior, and senior core content electives. But in my opinion, I feel like the most helpful document that we have for you all as we go throughout these slides will be found on the very back of the packet. You can see the DCHS core class options, and we sort them by columns. So our rising sophomores would be the second column, juniors the third, and then seniors at the very right-hand side. For our sophomores, of course, your core classes would be your main English, math, science, and social studies. So for English, for the sophomores, our most basic English class is English 2. That's the one that the majority of students would take. If you say we're in pre-AP English 1 or you're looking for a more rigorous option, we do offer AP English language. For math, you should have already taken Algebra 1 your freshman year. The subsequent math course for sophomore year is geometry. However, a lot of our students, especially those who are planning maybe on attending, early college or taking a dual credit, who already know they may want a college math type of class, they can, as a sophomore, double up in math and take, say, geometry fall semester, and then Algebra 2, they could take spring semester. Science, our science credit sophomore year is biology. There are different, more rigorous options for biology. We offer pre-AP, which then, if they want to take the AP biology, they would also register for AP biology that's offered in the spring because it carries over. And then for social studies, that would be U.S. history, but we also offer pre-AP U.S. history, which would transform into AP U.S. history if you want an AP version of that. And also, we offer a History 109 that's taught here at Davis County High School. That is dual credit, taught in OCTC. Next year would be our junior core content classes. So English is pretty easy. It's just going to follow the number. So English 3, unless you maybe as a sophomore have taken AP English language. Well, then your next, if you're wanting to continue taking AP English class, would be AP English literature. We also provide an opportunity to take English 101 here at Davis County High School. A couple of juniors may take English 101 fall semester, and then 102 their spring semester. You don't see too many double up, but if that is a potential option for you and you're interested in that, then you can feel free to send an email to your guidance counselor, and we'll talk about that potential. For math, this is where it goes haywire, because it really depends on which diploma route you're wanting, okay? If you're just on that standard career diploma route, a lot of our junior students will want personal finance or financial math. And we have both 18-week options, which would be the full credit, or a 9-week option where you earn a half credit, and maybe you could pair that with another 9 weeks math class. The name of the class doesn't necessarily matter for the career route, it's just you have to make sure when it's all said and done, you're walking across the stage, you got 4 total math credits. Algebra 2 is required for the college prep diploma. So by name, a student does have to take that and pass that if they're wanting a college prep diploma. If a student has already had Algebra 2, because they may be doubled up their freshman or sophomore year, the next class in line after Algebra 2 would be pre-calculus. And we also offer an AP Calc 1 and Calc 2. That's, I think, titled A, B, and BC. We also offer Math 150, which is our form of college algebra that is taught here in the building. Science, once again, depending on the diploma type, for any student wanting a college prep diploma, as Ms. Payne just stated, they have to take either chemistry or physics. If they're taking a career diploma, then they're good with just that integrated science 2 class, or if it makes, the earth and space science. And then lastly, social studies. During the junior year, we typically, for the majority of students, split that into 2 different 9-week classes. The first is government, and the second is economics. The thing that you all need to know about that is you have to take 2 classes by name of each. We offer an AP government, which is a full credit because it's a full semester, but a lot of kids may think, okay, well, that's not full credit, I don't have to take economics. No, we still have to take an economics class. So, like I said, for the majority of students, that will be economics, split with government, and that would be their 3rd and final social studies credit. But we do offer AP microeconomics, AP US, government and politics, and then Mr. Brandon also has some dual credit options for OCTC that would also satisfy that requirement. And then our senior course schedules, English, the most basic would be English 4. Really, if you're a senior and let's say that you've taken English 1, 2, and 3, but you want to try an AP class, maybe earn a dual credit, then yes, you are allowed to take an AP English language or literature class right there as well, but most would opt for the English 101. For math, it's, like I said, individualized based on the student need. It's just whatever comes in sequence. Science, like I said, we only have 3 total science credits. If you've got a student that wants to take another science class and likes it, that's more than fine. They just need those first 3 from their freshman, sophomore, junior year. And then social studies, same thing as well. As long as they have their 3 social studies credits, and they do not have to schedule for a social studies senior credit. You'll see as you get to senior year, there's a lot more flexibility built in your student schedule. Okay. I'm going to turn it over now to Ms. Payne. I'm sorry.
Just a few reminders as far as entering your core subjects into Infinite Campus or your academic planner. Teachers have recommended what courses they feel that your student should take in math, science, English, and social studies. So please consider what they have recommended. Doesn't necessarily mean that they have to take the course that the teacher recommended, but we feel that you should strongly consider that. A little bit more about electives and what to plug in. We offer a plethora of classes. We have performing arts electives. Fit for Life PE and Health is a requirement that they will have to graduate. Foreign language, and then juniors and seniors can also take co-op. The This is where if you're working at least 15 hours a week, so your student has a job, they can leave during that last period of the day, they have to be in good standing with grades, they couldn't have failed any classes the previous semester. Normally it's a year-long class that your student would take 4th block. So that's another opportunity for juniors and seniors. I want to stress when they enter their electives into their academic planner, which we will be doing this in their advocate groups this week, and in the following week we will be meeting and they will be watching the scheduling videos to show them exactly what to do and what steps to take. At the very top, we just want students to make sure they're putting in at least 4 electives and 4 alternates. So when you start clicking and entering in those electives, you're going to see a number, and it needs to be 4.0. And then you go to alternates. That also needs to read 4.0. Because we want to make sure that we have plenty of choices to choose from this summer when we actually start implementing the schedules and putting those classes in there for your child. We want to make sure that we're not picking a random elective for them. And that's what will happen if they don't plug in 4 and 4. We want them to get what they want. And I'm going to turn it over to Matt Brennan.
Okay, so I am the College and Career Readiness Coach. My role and responsibility here is to help coordinate all of our dual credit options. That is, earning college credit while you are in high school. And so all of the things that Mr. Bryant went over in those 4 content classes, we being the community college, have the ability to offer an alternate core content class that also qualifies for 3 hours of college credit. For example, History 109 is the equivalent for U.S. history. We have Politics 101, which is our government dual credit class. We have Econ 201 and 202, both count for economics. So there's a variety of opportunities that your students can take. I think one of the most important things for you to walk away with tonight is to understand what is the difference between early college, the early college program, and the dual credit program. I think that if we could start there, that would be the most helpful. So the early college program, you apply as a sophomore, going into your junior year, and you're going to enter the program that allows you to earn an associate's degree by the time that you graduate high school. All right, that is 60 hours of college credit, 33 hours of core content or general education electives, or general education requirements, and 27 elective credits, or hours. So full load. And if you have not taken any college classes up to that point, that is 15 hours per semester for the last 4 semesters of the year. That's 5 classes. That's 1 above what's required here at the high school. So it is a rigorous program. The minimum requirements are a 3.5 GPA. We prefer them having a minimum of an 18 on the ACT, although that is not required. If they don't have the ACT requirement, we will interview them and we will look at their course load, make sure that their 3.5 is not, 10 PE classes and a couple band classes, but make sure they challenge themselves academically, that they are in line with what they need to graduate. Some of the things that I want you all to understand, especially if you're a freshman going to be a sophomore, is that by taking Algebra 2 before your junior year, that really helps the process for early college. Algebra 2 is required for any upper level math class, whether it's pre-cal, math, or AP calc. So get that Algebra 2 out of the way. Also, if you have taken your foreign language 2 years minimum, that also helps a lot. Because you are still allowed to come back here and take whatever class that you want. So if you enter into the early college program and you're a band student, you want to be here at 4 o'clock every day for Mr. Clark's band class, you absolutely can. We will make that happen. You just have to be aware of the load that you're taking on, that it could be, you may have 6 classes in 1 semester. And it's doable. We have several students that do that. You just have to be motivated. So having those foreign language, having the art, having the Algebra 2 out of the way before you enter the early college program is very helpful. Now, if that sounds like that's too much, but you still want to take advantage of the opportunity to earn college credit, the dual credit program is the hybrid program where some of your classes are here, some of your classes are at the college. And I'm a parent of a junior. That's what my daughter's in. It's been a great experience for her. She takes 2 classes here in the morning. She's had chemistry, she's had economics, she's had pre-cal here, and then she's taken English at the college. She's taken basic public speaking at the college. She's in medical terminology right now at the college, and psychology at the college. So it's a great schedule. She likes being here. She's involved. She wants to be here at least some part of the day. She loves going home and taking a nap too. She has that freedom because some of her classes are online. And so it does provide a great opportunity for your students. You just have to be very aware that as they have the freedoms, they need to have that responsibility as well. And we try to monitor that as well. We do have a probational period. If you were to fail a class, then you have to come back to the school for a full semester. Typically, junior year dual credit, it has to be 1 in person, at least, if not both. And then, based on your success, we can change and we can adapt your schedule as we go. Another thing that I'm trying to grow, that we're trying to grow, is our concurrent enrollment, which is the college classes that are offered here in the building. So again, I'm just going to speak on experience as a parent. So next year, my senior's schedule is going to be Math 150, that's going to be here in the building. That's college algebra. She's going to take English 102 here in the building, and then she's going to leave and take, I think she's going to take anatomy and physiology at the college. So it is a hybrid schedule, but it's all college. She's going to get all college credit. That Math 150 counts for her 4th math credit, and the English 102 is her senior English credit. Again, Mr. Bryant alluded to this, but it is not a year requirement. You don't have to have English 1 freshman year, 2 sophomore, 3 junior. It is amount of credits. So if you have 4 math credits by the time you're a sophomore, you're actually done with your graduation requirement. Although, if you have taken 4 math classes by the time you're a sophomore, we're going to challenge you to go on and continue to take pre-cal and calculus and higher level math classes. Again, that's all individually based. A lot of flexibility in the schedule as they get older. The electives, we have great electives here. Our CTE electives, career technical education. So business, ag, art, health and PE. We have all those electives here, but they, once they've taken those, like now it's time to challenge yourself. And so let's look at what else is out there. We offer an intro to business class, BAS 160, which is a college level business class here in the building. We're actually starting an education pathway. So we're going to offer intro to education, which is a 3-hour college course for any student that may be interested in becoming a teacher. We want to try to grow our own and keep them here. We're working on like priority interviews for jobs at after school care places in the elementary schools. That class will have observation hours in both middle and elementary schools. So it's going to be a really cool class. We're excited to offer that here. We actually offer it at Apollo this year, and I had 2 students go over there to take it, and I said, this is unacceptable. We've got to offer this here. And so Mr. Lindsay, who's one of our French teachers, amazing teacher, a lot of experience, he'll be teaching that next year. So we're really excited about that. But there's just tons of great opportunities. But I think it can be very overwhelming. So early college, that's the associate's degree. Dual credit is just other college classes that are available. The last thing that I'll touch on is what is called the general Gen Ed certification. So a few years ago, 7 or 8 years ago, the Kentucky legislation passed a law that says all the colleges in the state of Kentucky must require the same 33 basic education classes, the Gen Ed or the basics that you always refer to. So 2 years of English, 1 year of communication, 3 years of social behavior science, which is psychology, sociology, things like that. It's the same everywhere they go. And so what we're trying to do with the dual credit program is we're working towards that. That is our checklist. So we're going to try to get as many of those as we can while they're in the program. They're not going to have the associate's degree, which is great, but they can earn that Gen Ed certification. And we're going to recognize that with a coordinate graduation. We'll announce that as well. So that is one thing that's kind of new that we're really pushing. You don't have to necessarily go and get the associate's degree. By all means, do that if you want. If you want to challenge yourself, that's great. We had some informational nights. The applications are still open until March the 14th. So go on our website, DCPS Empower You. You can Google that and you can find the early college and the dual credit application. I do all the scheduling here in the building. So the students, a lot of them are asking me questions like, I want to take college classes next year, what do I do? There is an application that I sent out that has dates where you can sign up with me, and then Courtney Duvall, who's the admissions counselor, or the director of admissions at OCTC, comes to the school. We sit down with them, and we are, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? Question. Like what? And we're not just going to throw them in a college class, but we're going to find out what are their goals and how can we get them into the right classes so they're not just taking college classes to get off campus. Because a lot of that is the goal. They see the flexibility and they're like, I just don't want to be here anymore. But that's fine. We understand that. And it's a cool opportunity. But we're going to take advantage of that and we're going to hold you to a high standard once you're in there. 3.0 GPA is required to take off-campus classes. A 2.5 is required for technical-based classes, which are our auto, diesel, welding, and yes, they can take all of those as well. I had a conversation with a mom tonight. Our son's going to be a senior. He needs math and he needs English. So we're going to take that first and second block. Then he's going to go to the college to weld, and then his second semester of his senior year will be all over there taking whatever. Industrial maintenance has a program. I mean, there's tons. Auto is up behind the school. Diesel is up behind the school. There is pathway to nursing. We have a CNA program. We have business. So there's just all kinds of cool opportunities. And then I guess lastly, I can talk on like this. I've finally learned all this stuff, so I can answer your questions. 50% tuition discount rate. So college class at OCTC per class, if as an adult, is $600 per class. For a high school student, it's $295. And we waive, the school pays for all of the fees that are associated with that. We also, dual credit students, we pay for their books. Early college students, they are responsible for their books and a lot of their school fees or their bill, but there are scholarships available that I help them with. Some of you, hopefully nobody in the room, got an email from me today because there's a lot of unclaimed scholarships available that we need to get before the March 1st deadline. So lots of great opportunities. I'm here to answer your questions by email. I'll stay around tonight if you have questions about all of our programs. So thank you.
Thank you.
I'll try to be as quick as possible to close this here. So for the students who are planning on taking the dual credit, something to know is that unless they are early college, which means off campus full time, if they want an OCTC class that is offered here in the building, such as, let's say, English 101 or Math 150, that they have to take that class here. Any class that's not offered in the building that they have to travel to go to OCTC for, then when it comes time for scheduling, they would simply put college hours and then the number that coincides with the block of the day. So for the fall semester, first block, that would be college hours 1. Second block would be 2, so on and so forth. And then in the spring, if they're wanting that dual credit in the spring semester, then it would be 5 through 8. So the scheduling timeline, the course recommendations that the teachers have already inputted should already be in there. Those are available for you all. You can look at those tonight. Course requests in Infinite Campus, the deadline to enter all requests would be March 14th, which also coincides with the dual credit application deadline. So that's a really big date for you students. March 14th, that's on a Friday. That's kind of like your overall deadline. And then your schedules will be ready to pick up prior to that first week of school starting in the 25 to 26 year. There is a video to the academic planner, although since we are having students now who have already probably gone through this, they should pretty much already know kind of the process, but if you need a refresher or a reminder, there is a video. This is available on the DCHS website. We'll skip it for tonight to save a little bit of time, but that is on our website. So for our next steps, that website, like I just mentioned, would review all scheduling documents. All the additional pages that we've given you in this packet will be on there. Watch the grade level scheduling videos here in the next couple of weeks. Students will be in their after classes. They will have a video made by one of us board counselors, depending on their grade level that they're going into next year. Please remember 4 electives, but also 4 alternate classes, because if those aren't given to us, then what that does is we have to at least put you somewhere, and sometimes we have some unhappy students because they get a class that they otherwise wouldn't have wanted. So if you list what you prefer, and then also list, hey, this is an option that I don't necessarily want this as my first choice, but it would still be interesting, that helps us a bunch. Really quick, 2 real quick rapid fire quick thoughts, and then we will be done here. The performance art credit, that is basically anything related to music, art, theater. We offer a lot of these 9-week classes, stained glass, ceramics. Know that that is also an additional requirement. It doesn't matter what college prep, honors, career diploma. If you, as a student, have not gotten that requirement done, I would go ahead and consider doing that next year, just because it opens up more flexibility for last final years of high school. And then also, I wanted to clarify maybe a misconception. For the college prep diploma, we require 2 years of consecutive foreign language. There's been a few parents who I've worked with so far this year who had a misconception that they thought that that was an absolute requirement to get into a college or a university here in Kentucky. And that's not necessarily true, but it's preferred. That college prep diploma has those 2 years of foreign language because most 4-year programs will have a student take 2 years of foreign language at the college level. Just know that, let's say your student is wanting a career diploma, even if they don't take foreign language, that's not going to limit their capability to apply or get accepted into a college or university. And then the last slide here is just a really quick recap. Your student should by now know who their guidance counselor is, but if not, that's fine. Kelly Powers, A through D, Ms. Natalie Payne, E through J, myself, that's K through Q, and Mr. Neil Hayden is R through Z. If your student receives special education services and has an IEP, their schedule will be built by Mr. Paul Howard. He's one of our assistant principals. And then also, if your student receives any 504 accommodations, then that point of contact would be Mrs. Natalie Payne as well. We're always happy to help. We're best available by email. If you will email us, we will try our very best to get back with you as timely as possible. We are very, very appreciative of your all's time tonight. And if you have any questions, that's what we're here for. We want to be able to ensure your student has a great time here at James County High School. Thank you. I think our teachers are available until 7:30.
Thank you.